Hey guys, I'm Renan Lopez, and in this video we will talk about Next, React, and Google Cloud Platform using AppEngine. We will build our app YAML to do all the process for outscaling, establishing the minimum instances, the maximum instances, and also create a command on the package JSON to actually do the deployment for you. This is more to show how we deploy the Next application into AppEngine. You need to actually install the Cloud SDK. So you just need to download it and run this command on your terminal. And then you need to gcloud init and log in into your account. Okay? We will need Node.js. If you don't have Node.js installed, we need to download it and follow the steps just to install it. And we come with npm. It's a Node package manager. And also we create and next app using the command npx create next app. This is basically to create a quick start for create a next application. Okay, you need to create also an account on Google Cloud Platform so you can have access to the console. First thing we're gonna do is create a new project here, and we create a project you can call, I will call here episode deployment. Okay, and it's very simple. We need to set up our billing, so you need to go to billing. In billing, you need to set up your credit card to actually active billing to your project. You can go to your projects and you can see if you already have a billing account into your project. Mine here don't have, for example, billing are disabled for me. If I try to deploy anything here, it won't work. Okay, if I click here and I can refresh because I was creating the application. So now my episode deployment have the billing account called credit. Credit's just the name I call my billing account. Okay, because it's my credit card. For now, we open our Visual Studio Code. I'm using Visual Studio Code, and for start, we're gonna use this command here on Next to actually create the new application. I will call deployment next, something like that. Okay, this is just to set up the basic Next application into your folder. Okay, done. So now we just need to access cd deployment next. Next. Okay, here we go. Now we have other folders here, the component and the pages. Next already set up some very cool stuff. In the pages, you just need to put the name of the page and just use the link. We'll create a small, simple application here. First, just to have a different page, I will create an about page. Okay, an about page, and I will just create a React functional component here, and I will return something like an h1. And in this h1 I will have like about. Okay, just very simple component. On the index is the main page of the application. I will import link from, let me see, next link. Okay, this link is just to use the actually routing from Next. We just remove one of these, or we can even keep it. I use link, and inside of the link I will have href here and /about, and next we know I want to render the about component. Okay, I will just remove this href here. I will keep the class name, and instead of examples I will put about, and I will put here like a simple routing with Next. Okay, so it's a very simple application. We use the default for everything. The ideal is to focus on the deployment part. After that, it's very simple. So let me just yarn dev. So next we'll run the development mode of the application. Okay, done. So we can access here, and you will see our application there. So we'll come to Next.js, and if you click on about, you go to the about page, just returning the h1 I wrote there. Okay, so it's very simple. Our application are working now. So for the next steps, we need to actually create our app YAML file. Okay, the app YAML file is basically instructions to Google for the deployment. So let's start creating actually the app.yaml file. Okay, we specify the runtime as a Node.js. We specify the environment as a Flex. This is some configuration Google needs actually to deploy. So we specify automatic scaling. Okay, the automatic scaling we'll say I want the minimum number of instances. I want 1. Okay, max instances I will say 10. 10 is enough. So cooldown period sec, we say 180. This is basically when Google scale up, we wait for 180 seconds, then scale up again if need to. So I like to use 180, it's pretty default. CPU utilization, so I will use target utilization as a 0.9. What is that? For example, you have an instance and you have a lot of access, so you're stressing the instance. So when instance achieves 90% of the CPU usage, we scale and create another instance and distribute the requests into the instances. Okay, so basically the target utilization is basically the percentage of the CPU utilization. So here I put 90%. Okay, so we continue with resources. Resources is what is one instance to Google. So I will set up the CPU as a 2. I will say the memory in gigabyte 4.6. Disk size in gigabyte, I will say 10 gigabyte. This is the minimum you can use. So you say network, I will specify here the network. I will put name as a default. This is basically, this is very good to use an internal VPC network. So if you have a backend and database and you want to put, or a front end too, and you can put everything inside of the same network, so it will be safer and faster. If you need to actually have environment variables, you can set them here. So you can set up any environment variables you want here. Okay, but this is enough for us for now. So we'll specify everything we need. Now we need to go to our package JSON, and here we will set up the GCP build. Okay, the GCP build will be run before the actual start. So we will say npm run build. So we are building our production files. So basically you have the build here, so we're just running this command. After that we will create our deploy command. Okay, so our deploy command, we will have gcloud config set project. For here you need to actually get the ID of your project. I will get this here. You can just copy here and paste it there. And I will say gcloud app deploy using our app YAML. And I will say version 010. So the version can't be dot. Google don't accept dot, so you need to use dashes. So this is what we need to set our projects and this to deploy. Now we need to set up on the start our default port. Google have a default port as an 8080. So I will say next, the port will be 8080. So then Google will set up everything for us. Okay, we just use now npm run deploy is our command. First we will set the project. So we show you like the target project and the version and so on. So you can say yes. And now we will deploy our application on AppEngine. So if you don't have the AppEngine settled, it will ask you the region. So just select any region closer to you. So now we wait for Google to actually deploy the application and stuff. Okay, now our application are deployed on Google Cloud. So to see that, you can go to the console, and on your project, you go to AppEngine and versions. On versions, you can see your version 0.1.0. So when you click here, you will see episode deployment appspot.com. So if you go to about, you will see the about page and everything is running perfectly. Okay, great, that's done. So thank you very much for watching, and please, if you liked the video, give your like and subscribe in our channel for new videos.